Hey guys, Tyler here. I like to say, guys, I have not seen this yet. This is how Headman Hotel. How they're supposed to have got to hell. Now I have not seen this yet, but before I see it, I do kind of do think the way it sounds. I mean, I've seen the TV show both in English and Russian, and heard Dick a few times, both like in different languages. Now, Hazman Hotel. Okay, it's an alright show. Thing is, though, only one person I kind of can guess what year this person died in. The Radio Demon kind of narrows it down what year the Radio Demon died in. Now, the Radio Demon said he died. Okay. Now, the Radio Demon had to die in about, I would say, he said 19, car crash, which was 2829, a 1900, well, wow, almost 100 years ago that happened. Summer crash happened almost 100 years ago, back in 1929. Now, he said that in the episode. So, radio was real big from the day of it all the way till, I would say, maybe the 40s, 50s, maybe to mid-50s. So, we're going to see how these guys died, because I don't know how they died. And I'm curious about something, which there's any narrators who have done this. I don't know much about this. I was curious what this person said, and if I agree with it or not. Now, the Red Demon had to die in the 40s or 50s, I'm guessing. I don't know. I haven't seen this yet. I paused. So I'm thinking the Radio Demon had died maybe in the 40s or the 50s, because radio started dying off in the 50s, 40s or like 50s. The Radio Demon started dying off. The room is a little bit of a wreck right now because we have remodeled everything back to the way it was, which I'm glad we did. Behind me is a Route 66 poster and stuff. So I'm going to see this and react to this because I have not seen it yet. And then, who knows? Maybe we'll do Hazman Hotel in English and Russian. Maybe tomorrow, but not tonight. You silly kitty cat. So give me a minute and we'll start. Oh, hit me harder, Daddy. It's not like cotton candy to read. Oh, yeah. And one more thing, guys. We still got our P.O. box. I went to the post office today, found out that we were keeping the P.O. box, guys, and we're not getting rid of it, okay? I did some looking, found out that I was a little bit overdoing what I thought I was doing, and we still have the P.O. box until next month. Also, I'm also selling those Back to the Future cars and selling some other things, too. And if I do sell you guys anything, it's going to run you about $10, $10 to $15. Any currency I'll take. Okay, $10 to $15. Now it depends. It doesn't matter what currency it is. It's $10 to $15 U.S. or no matter what country you're from, guys. It's around between $10 to $15 American. Or proper term is car. Someone told me that it was Vietnam, and they used car, which is actually a term for American. So if you know what I'm talking about, good. So I'm asking for about 10 to 15 car. I told my grandfather that. He didn't know what that meant. So yeah, I'm asking maybe 10 to 15 car for these items I'm selling. If you've seen my older videos, you've seen them. We are still selling them until further notice. And if you guys want one, like I said, I'm still selling them. Right now it's 9:30 Eastern. Right now it's 9:30 East Coast time, PM, or 21:30 East Coast time. Now here we go. I'm not seeing this yet, so here we go. Tablet's almost at half power, so here we go. How do they die? So I'm not sure.
Bound to be a few that you got.
So I actually have put this close to the first. They're about ready to talk to the first person, so I don't know what it's going to be about. So he's who goes first.
I saw coming.
So the quality.
Vaggie died in 2014.
If you ever seen Hazman Hotel, Vaggie is Charlie's assistant / best friend.
There has been some debate within the fandom as to how she died, ranging anywhere between domestic and sexual abuse to suicide. Like Alistair, who has an X on his forehead, Vaggie has an X over her left eye. And I feel like this X could be an indicator to the fatal blow that did in a character. As a result, I believe that Vaggie was murdered either as a hate crime or an abusive relationship that went south and resulted in some form of object, either a bullet or a knife.
Angel Dust overdosed.
Angel Dust died in 1947.
Okay. Oh, 47. Wow. Angel Dust, you're old. I think we know how Angel Dust died, overdosed. That's the song. I mean, because the song "Addict" is in it. So Angel Dust died in 47. Wow, I didn't know Angel Dust was that old. Dang, Angel Dust, you are old.
His death has been confirmed.
Oh, so he's a dude.
To her brain, killing.
So Angel Dust is a dude. Angel Dust.
Angel Dust died in 1947.
Wow.
His death has been confirmed to be caused by an overdose of PCP. I've heard rumors that Alistair's death being a dog-related incident could quite possibly be no longer true. But as it has been part of and widely accepted by the fandom for quite some time now, I'm still incorporating it in with my theory. Alistair died in 1933. While many theories speculate that he was...
Which I was wrong. I thought he did... Wow, so he didn't live that long. Wow. I was way off. I thought he died. I thought Alistair, the radio demon, died in the 40s or 50s because the radio died off in the 40s and 50s. But no, he died in 1933. So I was way off. But then I think here, give me credit, guys. The radio started dying off in the 40s and 50s. I mean, yeah, I know the radio's still around, but I think here, in the 40s and 50s, radio was still around because no one could afford a television. Television cost much as a new car did back in the day, or even more. So 1933, so he died 29, 30, 31, 32, 30, died about 4 or 5 years later after the crash of 29.
By a deer hunter. My own theory is that Alistair's death was much more miserable than that. Going with the dog. While many theories speculate that he was shot by a deer hunter, my own theory is that Alistair's death was much more miserable than that. Going with the dog-related death theory, many people often forget that it doesn't take a pack of angry dogs to kill a person. Sometimes all it takes is one.
Excuse me? Have you heard of North Korea? Kim Jong-un, that fat sack of jerk who killed uncle with a pack of starving dogs?
One dog that is carrying rabies.
Oh,
well, in today's world,
rabies.
There are treatments available for people who have been bitten by a rabid animal. In 1933, the only treatment that could save someone from a slow and miserable death caused by rabies was a bullet to the head.
That is true. That makes sense now.
Husk died in the 1970s. While many theories speculate...
Okay, the guy is trying when the guy drinking booze on the checking counter, that's Husk, okay? The guy, he died in the 70s.
That Husk died in the Vietnam War. I personally believe that his death was...
So, actually, I believe that.
...was a bullet to the head.
No, Husk, like, demon thingy. I think he's drinking booze.
Husk died in the 1970s.
I believe that.
While many theories speculate that Husk died in the Vietnam War, I personally believe that his death was attributed to alcoholism, a coping mechanism he turned to after the war.
Alcohol.
That's why Husk told Charlie that he had lost the ability to love years ago.
Makes sense. Nifty! I'm curious about Nifty.
Nifty is one of the few main characters that we know very
Grease.
little about. She died in the 1950s.
She's wearing a grease skirt.
I did see a lot of theories about her death posted in the comments.
She's wearing a skirt with a poodle on it, so kind of like Grease. You think, I mean, yeah, she could. I mean, she looked like she was in the 50s too, so that makes sense. She died young.
My Why is Nifty in Hell theory video. My own theory relates to the 3 spots that are on the front of her dress. 3 spots that, to me, resemble the stains that could result if a person had been shot. As each of the spots is in a vital area that could be fatal if not treated, I wouldn't be surprised if her death was a result from a vengeful partner.
I think he was young. Cherry Bomb, okay.
Cherry Bomb died in the 1980s. Given her name and her experience with explosives, I'm willing to bet her death was related to an explosion of sorts. Maybe she was trying to kill one of those freaky Aussie spiders or something, I don't know.
So wait. So Cherry Bomb likes older men, because if Angel Dust died in the 40s, wow, and Cherry Bomb, wow, so that kind of makes weird though. So those, well, I thought they're like, I mean, because they're like sister, they're like brother and sister, kind of think about it, but wow, that's scary. I mean, Alistair, the radio demon, makes sense, but it's just surprising. I was wrong. That Cherry Bomb and Angel makes a cute couple.
Sir Pentious died in
Snake.
1888, making him the oldest character.
The Snake guy died in 1888. Wow.
In the Has-Been universe that we've seen thus far. Given his obsession with inventing powerful machines of mass destruction, I believe Sir Pentious's death was a result of a malfunction in one of his inventions.
It makes sense. The news anchor, Killy Killjoy.
Killy Killjoy died in 1992. I personally believe that her death...
Killy Killjoy, 1992? Okay. So does it mean that Tom died in Chernobyl? Does that mean that Tom guy who's died in Chernobyl in 87?
Was caused by a serious accident or suicide by hanging due to how long her neck is and how much it cracks and snaps whenever she moves it.
Before we talk about Tom's wearing a gas mask, so I'm thinking 86 Chernobyl. I'm thinking 1986 Chernobyl. I'm a history nut. He wears a gas mask. So I'm thinking he died in Chernobyl in 1986. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that.
Tom Trench died in the 1920s.
Oh, I was wrong.
In the trenches of World War I. It's likely that he died from a malfunctioning gas mask after gas bombs were detonated, or he died as a result of not having a gas mask at all. Hence why he's always seen wearing one, just as a precaution.
Okay, it makes a little more sense. VOX.
Vox supposedly died in the 1950s.
TV screen guy.
Charismatic, showman-like, and loves to be the center of attention. My main two theories as to how Vox died are either by suicide or that his death was accident-related. I figure if Vox were to be the host of a show that was canceled, it would ruin him, leading him to take his own life in a fit of despair. Accidents on set aren't all that uncommon either, and I could very well see him dying in an accident that occurred on stage, which led to a fatal injury if his death was not instantaneous.
Yeah, thank you guys. The Three Stooges, okay? Like, even the Three Stooges guys, you've seen them. There's a rumor that Mo, who played Three Stooges, actually got hurt the most on Three Stooges because the props not working properly. I don't know how it is.
Not much is known about Valentino. In fact, there isn't even a given time period his death was linked to that I could find. However, judging from his sense of fashion, or lack thereof, my guess is that his death occurred around the 1980s. He is Angel Dust's boss and runs a porn studio, so I'm guessing his lifestyle wasn't all that much different in life. My theory is that he was a human trafficker that was arrested and was promptly murdered once he arrived to prison, as is the usual fate for those types of criminals.
I don't know who you guys are.
The last character I'm putting on this list is Velvet. Like Valentino, not much is known about her, and there isn't any information regarding when or how she died. Judging from her energetic personality and her love of selfies, however, my guess is that she died around 2010. Given that she hangs with the likes of Valentino, I wouldn't be surprised if she was a victim of human trafficking or possibly died in a fatal accident from looking at her phone rather than paying attention to her surroundings. That's all for this video, you guys.
It makes a little sense.
I know this video was a long one,
but I
had a lot of fun pondering these theories a little bit. I think it's worth mentioning that a lot of these theories that were in this video were opinion-based, especially with the Triple V gang, since there just isn't a lot of information, solid, consistent information.
Okay. Now let's watch this other person. Now that makes more sense.
Hello again. It's been a while, huh? No, I'm just kidding. I literally just posted my other video earlier today. So what am I doing posting another one, you might ask? Good question, non-existent person watching this video. Allow me to explain. As I've said before, many, many times before, Gypsy Pop is one of my biggest inspirations. She's the reason I started to really work harder on my art, build more diverse characters on a pilot of my own. Later today, there's not much time left until we get all of our questions answered. So, if I have any theories, I should get them out now. The most popular theory of the fanbase is actually one I've been thinking about for over 3 years now. How did each of the has-beens die? We can just knock Charlie off our list now because she was born as a demon. Can't have died if you never had a life to begin with, am I right? Alistair is the one you've all probably heard a lot about. He was alive in the early 1930s and died in his early 30s too, which is a neat coincidence if you think about it, like I do. He was a radio host and Southern serial killer in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oh.
He died in the year 1933, so I tried to find a connection to the date, but all I could find was the day that an old bar opened. Since Alistair was a serial killer and he died fairly young, I believe this indicates he was murdered by someone else. It makes
30s.
more sense than my other theory of starvation. Sure, this was the Great Depression era, and it's true that Alistair is unnaturally thin, but my side is set on the idea that Alistair was shot by a hunter who mistook him for a deer. This information could be outdated, yes, but it fits his character much more, especially since his deer form resembles a wendigo, a monster known to be violent and cruel. And it makes more sense if he was shot in the head because, in the new trailer, there are multiple shots where we see an X present on Alistair's forehead, hit right between the eyes, as the kids always say. That is a thing kids say, right? Angel Dust is another easy one. He probably died of a drug overdose. Yeah, the name isn't very subtle, so why should I be? Angel Dust lived in a family of mafia members, and from the older lore I'm looking at, he had 2 siblings. Arachnus, a bitter and angry boy set on getting his job done well, and Molly, a hyperactive and friendly girl that loved her brothers dearly. Their father, who I don't have a name for, was an abusive and cruel mob boss. This tense relationship made me initially suspect Angel may have died from a hate crime relating to his family or the fact that he was gay, because that's just the sad truth of the time he lived in. But his name and addictive tendencies basically solidified the theory that he died of an overdose, so I dropped it there. Vaggie is a bit of a mixed bag because we don't have nearly as much information about her. She died in 2014, the most modern date out of all the characters we've seen so far.
Okay. I don't like that theory. That probably is not that good. Okay. So let's go to this one right here. Okay, that one I listened to was boring.
Hi, it's me again. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you've seen some of my other has-been content, right? Right?
Watching that. Okay. So, according to what sound... Okay, I like that one theory already, guys, because... Okay. Some of those theories make a little sense, but I don't think they're correct. I mean, one of the trailers makes sense, but I don't know, guys. The theory that one guy talked about, that 666 person did, makes sense, okay?
Happen again. Memories get taken
So
from
that guy was...
If she becomes aware, it's only a matter of time before they become aware.
So, maybe later on today we'll talk to her, but...
As most of you know, I was born here in hell, and growing up, I always tried to see the good in everything around me. Hell is my home, and you are my people. We just went through another extermination. We lost so many souls, and it breaks my heart to see my people being slaughtered every year, and no one is even given a chance. I can't stand idly by while the place I live is subjected to such violence. Isn't there a more humane way to hinder overpopulation here in hell? Well, I think yes. So that's what this...
I got a game I want to show you. If I tell you my name, you'll have to play too. I've been here for years, fighting my time, waiting in prime. Until I could find you, to sign on the line and we can be friends. I'll be here for you until your world.
So I actually like the idea, though, what actually happened, guys. That makes a lot more sense. About 9 months ago, this is 5 years. So that makes a little bit of sense, though. So I actually agree with all that stuff. So, thank you, and we'll do another one maybe tomorrow. I'm actually a little tired. I am a little bit in pain, but yeah. So I actually like that theory about what this one person said about 20s, maybe. Now, I do agree with that and do not agree with that. But still, though, I could not believe what they said, that the radio demon died in 33, which technically that makes surprising me because I was actually off. I thought he died in the 40s or 50s because the radio died off in the 50s and 40s. Actually, the radio died off in the 50s and 60s, actually. And then also time the drive-ins died off too, around the 60s and 70s, the drive-ins died off. Due to the television and some other things. Well, that's for another video, for another time. Actually, I have done a video on drive-ins, I think. Or a paper on drive-ins. Back in middle school or was it high school. But, right now, the way things going right now, hotel, actually, according to my knowledge, since everything's been to CV19, the hotel, actually, drive-ins have been gone up by 5%. Because 200 drive-ins have opened up so far within the past 2 years. According to records back in 2018, or actually 2019, some drive-ins actually opened up. The local drive-in in the biggest drive-in in the U.S., which is based in Michigan, over by the Detroit area, or actually the Dearborn area, they had to roll cars there at midnight waiting for them to open up. Yeah. So everything is kind of getting better, guys. Not much, but a little bit better. So, yeah. So, tomorrow we will do a video on this, more about Hazbin Hotel, or some other things. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And I will be taking suggestions if you have anything. So tomorrow we will be doing a long video on Hazbin Hotel. Over an hour of it. So, we'll see you then tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Cut it. Yeah, cut it now. Yeah, cut it. Yeah, like that.